2, 3 of those ads were either gambling or AI. The AI ads are crazy. It's crazy what they're doing now just to program shit and sell shit now, bro. There's no end to it. The Riba ad sounds like AI, definitely. Like, they're not even hiding this shit, man. They just doing it. They're just doing it, man. And I don't really see AI as like a bad thing. But I do know that there is such thing as going too far when it comes to AI. Oh man, I think AI is a pretty shitty thing. It's destroying way more than it's generating. Yeah, definitely, bro. Especially when it comes to like the art and everything. We had to talk about that in the podcast, actually. Yeah, AI is really making people lazy with a lot of different things. I'm an avid hater when it comes to art. Yeah, I understand heavily when it comes to art, man. That's just lazy, you feel me? It's pretty lazy to do that when it comes to art, you know. That's why I said, like, for me, and I mentioned this in one of the podcasts, that we had AI art for our freaking our podcast, and certain things, like, no, it's not right, man. It's either we got to create it ourselves or we get it commissioned, because it's supporting people who are actually artists, you feel me? Hell yeah. I got AI to replace the knife in the Kirby image with a cross. It's good for those inconsequential things that are a time waste. Yeah, yeah. It's different if, like, you just freaking did the entire thing with AI. Like I said, bro, like, I know there's people who's like, oh my god, AI, no, 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 but it's like, in certain cases, it can be good when you're doing research, when you're, like, let's say you have a book that's already written, right? You've already written it, and you need to get it proofread. You need to get it proofread by someone. You can just use AI to proofread it for you, and just, if there's any spelling errors, if there's a better word you can use to better transcribe what you're trying to say, that's what I mean. But if you're just using AI to create a story that just pulling some shit out of its ass, and it's using words that you obviously don't use in regular speech, and it's like, bro, come on, bro. So that's what I mean when I say that. That's what I mean. It's all about the intention when it comes to it, you know? I'd rather have a blank ass screen than AI art. It's funny to troll with. My friend be telling animated characters to tell my friend that he smells bad. Man, chat is flying right now. I'm so used to chat being dead. Jesus. If I miss y'all messages, man, it's just because I'm trying to focus on playing the game, not ignoring y'all. I promise you. But yeah, I definitely get the artist when it comes to AI art. You know what I'm saying? I definitely get it. I ain't even finna give them no energy, but I get what they were saying, in that the corny ass people's portion of that server. But we ain't gonna give none of that energy, man. Those people who are giving fake style stories about, oh, my dad is suffering from left nut bulging testicle and I need to pay for my college, but my AI generated stream assets that I swear aren't AI and don't have literally identical style to 9 million other people who have the same style because they also use AI. They piss me off, bro. I get you. But people are gonna use what they want to use. The one thing we gotta remember is that people are gonna do what they're gonna do. Even if it's morally wrong or unethical. People can get away with doing some messed up stuff, they're gonna do that. Just what they do. There's not a lot of people who have integrity, you know. It takes a person who just has that type of integrity to be like, you know what, this isn't cool, and I'm gonna do what's right. For at least if it's something that you're trying to do in a general sense, where you wanna, if you're trying to make it claim to be your own art, or make it be something that's like, hey, I actually intentionally made this. If there's a shortcut, we'll often take it. Yeah, that's just human beings in general, bro. Human beings always take the path of least resistance because they just don't gotta work that hard. But deliberately choosing delayed gratification is how you become successful. What y'all talking about? I also hate how studios are opting to use AI dubs instead of actual voice actors. The banana fish dub was awful. Yeah, that's where I draw the line. It's like, bro, come on, man. You obviously can tell this is not a real human's voice, bro. You sitting here using the whole another voice when you can just pay somebody that's actually been training their whole life to do voice acting. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? What's really going on? Damn it, he died. But with the fact that there's AI everywhere, man, it's like I said, it's inescapable. No matter how unethical it may be, it's inescapable. Good topic though, man. Always good to hear everybody's thoughts on it. But it's like I always say, no matter how much AI does or how much it advances, it'll never be able to create and do what a human being is able to do. And I agree, AI cannot replicate human soul. Yeah, see? That's what I be saying. So like people who be complaining like, oh my god, AI is taking over. No, it's not, man. The only thing that's gonna be taken over is just people either becoming more stupid or just becoming more lazy. But the folks who choose, it's like, so like let's put it like this, right? I'm trying to find a good analogy to make my point. So like you guys remember the movie Super Size Me, right? Those who are old enough to remember like the movie Super Size Me that talked about the guy who basically ate nothing but McDonald's for a whole month. He was a whole vegan too, with his girl, and he ate nothing but McDonald's for a whole month, and it literally destroyed his body. He almost literally died eating McDonald's for three square meals a day, right? And throughout his adventure, he was just going through and going to different restaurants and explaining to people the dangers of like just bad food and bad things in general, right? From eating food that is processed, highly processed foods. But there was a guy in the video, right, that basically said, yo, at the end of the day, it's a choice whether or not you decide to eat fast food. I can walk past a McDonald's and not go in it and still be fine. And he does it. He had a really great appetite. He had a really, not an appetite, he had a really great healthy lifestyle, even though he was surrounded by people who would just easily eat fast food, and he could easily eat that fast food if he wanted to. He chose not to eat the fast food. It's the same thing with AI, bro. It's a choice whether or not people decide to use AI, right? You can use AI for whatever reason, or you could choose not to use AI. But you have to be okay with the fact that there's still gonna be people that's gonna use AI, just like there's still gonna be people that eat McDonald's or eat fast food knowing that the things inside of it are bad for them. There's still gonna be people that smoke and drink, even though smoking is literally destroying your lungs and drinking is literally destroying your liver. People are still gonna do things that are morally and ethically wrong, or just wrong for them in general, from a standpoint of just perception, because that's what they want to do, and that's what's pushed towards us so much. Like AI is pushed a lot in this day and age. There are a lot of people who encourage people to use AI, but at the end of the day, it's a choice. So you got to make the choice. Like, do you want to see what AI is because you're curious, or do you want to just say, no, I'm not using AI in general? And if you're on the team of, oh, I'm not using AI period, you have to be okay with the fact that there's going to be people that's going to use AI and they're going to be okay with it. They don't see it as a morally or ethically bad thing, even if it is. But smokers and fast food addicts aren't ruining career choices. I'm not sitting here saying that it's not a bad thing. See, you're mixing it up. You're making it seem like I'm saying that it's not bad. From my moral standpoint, yes, of course it's a bad thing. Of course it's a bad thing to use something and try to portray it off as a human being's creation. But I'm saying that there's still gonna be people that still use it regardless, no matter if you like it or not. And you have every right to feel upset about it. I'm not sitting here telling people what to feel and what not to feel. I'm just saying that even if you feel upset, right? There's still gonna be people that feel okay with it. There's still gonna be people that are okay with that. And you could sit here and scream to the sun about how bad it is. If some people still want to do it, they're still gonna do it, no matter what it is what my moral was. Say someone like me who was going into drafting, which is mostly a field where you translate something into another software instead of a more creative endeavor. I'm low-key cooked, not gonna lie. And in that aspect, yeah, it's bad in that aspect because people are losing jobs and there's not gonna be people that can do certain things, and it's easier to have an AI do it. We're not sitting here denying that people are losing their jobs or losing opportunities because of AI. The main point is that even if it does exist, there are people who are still okay with it. Those folks, obviously morally, it's wrong because they're taking away jobs from somebody who actually learned the skill to be able to do it. But they don't care because as long as they can get the job done, that's what it is. And that's the reality that people have to live in, no matter if you're upset about it or not. Though I still have other branches, but people who put their lives into that field are going to be fucked. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Same thing with people who are, what, writers? There's people who are using AI to literally just write stories off of just one word or anything like that. AI is literally being used for graphical enhancing, so people who are usually into doing things like coding enhancing or graphical enhancing, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it's a reality that we have to live in, no matter if you like it or not, no matter if you're upset about it or not. And you're right to feel upset about it if you're upset about it. It's the same thing with things with, and we're not getting too deep into politics, but it's the same thing with politics. There are things in politics that people like and don't like, but the reality is that it influences a lot of our choices. It influences a lot of what goes out into the world, actually, not our choices. At the end of the day, we do whatever we want. I will say it influences what happens a lot in the US. But yeah, I definitely get it. From my moral standpoint, I understand. At least especially from the art standpoint, man. I never want to come off here and create something that isn't from the actual soul, you feel me? Being a creator, I want to make sure everything that I create comes from either my hand or from someone who I commission, who spends their life doing art, you know? That's what it's all about at the end of the day. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, I'm not scared of AI. Like, that was my main point, is that I'm not afraid of what AI is going to do. No matter if they have AI that can do the job in 3 seconds that it takes somebody probably 3 hours to do, I'm not afraid of that. Because at the end of the day, if there's a massive EMP, we still gonna need human beings at the end of the day. So at some point in time, you gotta come back to real life. Feel me? You can't use AI for every single fucking thing. My thing when it comes to, I think the main thing when it comes to AI is that people who use it to freaking try to replicate human connection. That's my problem with AI. Like, you can never replace human connection, bro. Like, I don't care how socially anxious or how antisocial you may be. Using AI to try to stop communicating with people is crazy. Or getting married to AI, like that's crazy to me. Using it as a therapist, like, no, use it for research and to be productive. You don't use it to freaking get married or use it as a therapist. Like, no, man. That's what we have human beings who are trained in those fields for. That's what we have that for. You can't replace a human being with a robot in that aspect to fill some type of void of human connection. And that's not me even trying to diss anybody who was using it or saying that. So if anybody who's listening to that, if that's what you've done, if you've used it as a therapist, or if you used it for, that regard, I'm not trying to rag on you, but nothing will ever replace human connection. Nothing. It's a case of I can't do shit about it, so I just gotta get used to it. And AI will get 20% of it wrong. That's what I'm saying. So you can't even really just rely on that 24/7. Like, you still gotta do your due diligence and do your own research and come to your own conclusions. You can't use that as the end all be all of life. Like, bro, it's so crazy what people do when it comes to AI, bro. Like, come on, man. We still gotta think. Like, I think the main thing why it made me realize that I'm not gonna go too deep into AI is because there was a Stafford graduate who literally used ChatGPT so much to the point where he literally couldn't even have a basic conversation. You know how scary that is? When you're so used to using a robot that you can't even freaking have a basic conversation, bro. That's crazy. But yeah, the point is AI is growing rapidly. Look at where AI was in 2020. As someone who had a period of loneliness and fell into that rabbit hole, it's a slippery slope. Don't watch the movie Her. Oh, I know the movie Her. That's why I say it's crazy. It's insane, bro. It's getting wild, bro. It's getting wild. It's getting very scary. That the movies was reflecting life to that high of a degree. I can't believe that before Joaquin played the Joker, he played a guy who was in love with Scarlett Johansson on the phone. It's crazy to think about. Oh man. That was a good movie too, man. It was a lot. Learned a lot of lessons watching that movie. People fall into that AI chatbot mess. People fall into that AI chatbot mess. Fall into it. People who fall into that AI chatbot mess fall into it because they are basically getting a complete yes man. It's super slippery. People that fall into it, I had a stroke. You wrote that. I had to break that down by star for myself. Oh shit. But yeah. And yeah, that's just me. And I'm gonna be a whole 100%. If you need someone to tell you yes to the weaknesses that you have within your mind and everything, bro, that's you need to talk to someone. You need help. You need people around here to tell you when you fucking up, when you're wrong, when you're doing something stupid. You need people to tell you no. That's how you become a more well-balanced person. If not, you're gonna become a very narcissistic and entitled individual that just thinks that your way is the right way, when in reality, it may not be the right way. I'll be damned if any of my friends were yes men, bro. I told all my homies, don't you ever, if I'm wrong in a situation, don't you ever sit here and try to make something sound like it's all good because you want to be in my good graces. Like, if I'm wrong, bro. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not afraid to be wrong. Don't disrespect me. That's my things, that you can sit here and tell me I'm wrong and not be disrespectful. But at the end of the day, it's all about perception at the end of the day. Like, some things people tell you that is good for you can sound like an attack because it's the truth. So yeah, nah, I can't believe it. I'm a little distracted, my bad. I fell into that trap for a while, but hey, I grew up. Hey man, the fact that you're willing to admit that you made a mistake in that area, and I wouldn't even say it was a mistake, it was just you were just curious, or at the time you felt that's what you needed, and you realize, you know what, I don't really need that. The lonely epidemic is a real thing, man. People just, with so much technology, and this is the other bad part about AI that I would say, with so much technology that's in the world right now, it's so easy to just stay inside rather than going outside and connecting with people. And if people have had a multitude of bad experiences when it comes to human interaction, they're going to be very closed off. There's a period where I was closed off, not because I was antisocial, but because I had a lot of bad experiences with people. You get done wrong, you get played, because when you don't know everything, you end up getting played. You know what I'm saying? And nobody likes being used, nobody likes being finessed, messed with, manipulated, none of that. But it happens. It happens when you don't know no better. You have to realize that you got to learn by trial by fire. And it's okay to have letdowns and disappointments and mishaps in life. It's part of life. Those things happen. It's all about how you decide to respond to those things. You don't always have to just succumb to the sorrows and the sadness of things going wrong. I'm definitely not saying get over it. I'll never tell somebody to get over anything, but I will tell somebody that they should process whatever pain they have. I was like, okay, why do people get addicted to this shit? It can't be that bad. Well, yeah. That boy did a whole experiment on himself and found out. What's up, Zenef? At least I got the humility to admit I had a problem. That's why I say it's okay, because at least you are being humble, and you're learning from your mistakes, and you're willing to say, you know what, I messed up in that regard. That's why I say it's okay. I think everybody should have their own experiences when it comes to things like AI, so they can come to their own conclusion about if it's bad or not for them as an individual. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can say, you know what, I don't like AI because of my own reasons and my own X, Y, and Z. I'm glad it didn't turn me into the incel route. Man, it's sad to say there's a lot of men who are falling into that route, bro. That's another reason with the loneliness epidemic, man. There's a lot of men and women who are not getting the romantic, they're not getting their romantic desires and romantic wants and needs fulfilled, and they're leaning into technology to fulfill those needs, bro. Oh man, it's terrible, man. I don't wish that on anybody, man. I don't wish that level of loneliness or level of like not having the things you need romantically on anyone, because everybody deserves human connection, bro. But it's up to that person. It's up to that person to learn what it is, all the relationship skills necessary, and be okay with the fact that you may fuck up and things may not work out, so the way you can learn the type of person, man or woman, that you want in your life.